Bodyworx Physiotherapy Clinic in Comox, BC, and I'm happy to share with you today a workout that I designed for core training for runners specifically. It's going to start off with the pelvis and with the feet and end up going sort of throughout the whole body, because running is all about the whole body. So I want to show you just for a moment the muscles that we're going to be releasing in the pelvis. There's a group of muscles here that really form the bottom of your core and your pelvic floor. We are going to be releasing toward the back end of your pelvic floor, and we're going to be sitting on this tennis ball, and that's going to be sitting just on the inside of your sit bone. Okay, so let's start sitting. You could be sitting on a chair. We just have our feet sit bones distance apart. Our sit bones are equally weighted onto the chair, and we're feeling nice and tall, lifted to our rib cage. I want you just to test yourself for a moment, picking up one foot and knee, and then lowering it down, and then pick the other foot and knee up. And if you notice a distinct difference in heaviness of one leg versus the other, then probably on that side might be a side that your glutes might not be firing fully, or you're tighter through that whole back chain. And using this ball might help mitigate that. So what we're going to do is put the ball underneath the inside of your sit bone, and I'm going on my left side because that's my heavy leg, okay? And then I'm just going to close my eyes. I'd like you to do that too, and just allow yourself to sink into the ball. So feeling that ball into that back part of the pelvic floor inside your sit bone, and just allowing it to release into those structures. So as I'm breathing, I'm thinking about breathing into my rib cage, into my belly, into my pelvis, and even directing my breath into where the ball, and feeling that expansiveness that the breath can facilitate. So just breathing in and breathing out. And just relaxing, releasing, and letting go into the ball. And inhaling and softening. Maybe even offering a little bit of a posterior anterior tilt of the pelvis to see if you can find any tighter areas in that muscle group there. And you might find them they're a little bit more tender. Just try to access anything you can through a little pelvic tilt. And then I'm going to come off the ball, and I'm just going to check in with how this feels. Left compared to right, and I feel distinctly flatter on my left side. Feel really more connected on that side, more aware, and that is going to be good for us later on, especially for your running, to help really wake up those glutes for running. So let's do it on the other side. I'm going to put the ball underneath the inside of my sit bone again, sitting tall. My rib cage is kind of floating up on my pelvis. And I'm just going to close my eyes and visualize that ball sinking into those muscles and fascia. So we're going to breathe into where the ball is, and exhale, really feeling melting, like I'm melting into the ball. And inhaling, facilitating that space, and then exhaling, allowing gravity to just be on me. That's it, and just breathing in. And exhaling, and just allowing the muscles to literally melt over the ball, and maybe offering a little bit of tilting of the pelvis forward and back to find your tighter spots. Okay, so then I'm going to take that ball out of there, and I'm going to recheck my leg lift, and we'll see how it feels. So I'm going to lift up my left leg, feels a little lighter, and my right leg, even now feels a bit lighter. Okay, so we're going to take the tennis ball now, we're going to put it underneath our one foot, and we're going to roll through the bottom of your foot, the midfoot, between the heel and the metatarsals. So I'm just going to roll through, forward and back, and it's at a distance of about maybe 4 or 5 inches in the middle of the foot, kind of waking up our intrinsic muscles of our feet, mobilizing the small joints of your feet as well. Our feet are pretty much cooped up in our shoes most of the time, especially when we're running in Canada, where we have to have footwear on. So this helps to wake up those little intrinsics that help give you propulsion, help give you energy for your running or walking. And then I'm going to put my heel down, and I'm going to roll the toes over the ball. These are what we call toe waves. And then I'm going to lift the toes up and try to spread them apart. And I'm going to lower, and I'm going to lift. So we could do this whole thing in standing. Just want to make sure that we don't put too much weight on the ball, okay? Just down and up. And we'll do maybe 4 more. Just lift and spread and lower down. Just allowing the muscles to wake themselves up. Getting ready for a walking, getting ready for a running. Okay. And then we're going to take that foot off the ball. I'm going to feel that foot on the floor. I'm going to stand up for the next one. And I can really feel more surface area of my foot on the right compared to the left. There's more proprioceptive awareness and a little more life in my foot. It almost feels more lifted. So now I'm going to do this through my left foot. You could do this, of course, in standing. Just be mindful that we don't put too much weight on the ball. Rolling forward, backward through the middle of the foot, through the inside border, and through the outside border, kind of getting all places within your foot. And then we can do that for about 30 seconds or so. I'm going to place the heel down on the floor and allow the toes to flex over the ball, and then I'm going to lift and spread the toes apart. This is just, again, allowing the muscles in our feet to be a little bit awake and enlivened, and mobilize the fascia at the bottom of your foot, as well as to mobilize some of those joints in your feet, that transverse arch in particular of the metatarsals, which tends to flatten down with time and with gravity and with pounding as well. So we want to just make sure we're re-establishing those nice natural curves in our feet. We're going to take that out from under my foot and just feel my feet on the floor. I'm feeling all parts of my feet on the floor now. And the next exercise we're going to do is called the core autopilot reset. Nice way to really wake up the muscles in our core, both front, back, and side. So I want you to think about lifting now all 10 toes up off the floor. So lifting all 10 toes up and really feeling the tripod of weight bearing on your foot. Big toe mound, pinky toe, and the heel. So feel those are your weight bearing places. Your toes are lifted for about 10 seconds. And then I want you to squeeze those inner thighs together while we do this. And that'll automatically wake up that inner unit in our body that is our core. And so you'll feel your glutes fire, you'll feel the front chain of muscles really switching on, and that'll be kind of balanced with the back chain as well. So here we are, we'll hold this for 10 seconds, and just really be aware that you're pushing into the floor, you're lengthening through the crown and feeling that oppositional energy. I'm going to lower down all 10 toes. I'm going to try not to lean forward as I lower my toes. There we are. So that's the core autopilot reset. Now we're going to start on our mat routine. I'd like you to come to the end of your mat, okay, like this. And what we're going to do is do a little fascial flow warm up. So standing again with our feet parallel, we're going to inhale to nod. As you exhale, we're going to round our shoulders, going to soften through the knees, and begin to flow downward. Allowing the head and neck just to relax. Allow the arms to dangle. And as we inhale, we're going to send our arms back behind us. Lift your sit bones, lift your chest up a little bit. Find this really nice long line of neutral as you lift your chest. As you exhale, pushing into the floor, sweep your arms forward and up, lifting your chest, floating it up, and then we'll inhale to circle around and down. Exhale to nod, round our shoulders, soften through the knees. Allow your spine to flex and open itself up in the back, allowing gravity to just open your spine and decompress it. As you inhale, let's lengthen our arms behind us, lift your tailbone, sit bones, and chest. A little bit of a lift through the focus. Exhale, push through your feet, lift your arms up. Maybe even going into a little thoracic extension, which we all need so much, and inhale to circle around and down. On this one, we're going to stay down. We're going to inhale to nod, exhale, round forward, soften through the knees. We're going to walk our hands forward. Allow your knees to come down, and just sit yourself back. So you're going to do a shell stretch. And this is known as child's pose in yoga, or shell stretch in Pilates. And what we're going to use this for today is to open space in our back, to traction our back. And we're going to walk my hands to the right, and I'm going to grab onto my left wrist and give that wrist a little bit of a pull with my right hand. And as I do that, I'm really thinking about breathing into my entire left side as I inhale. And as I exhale, just feeling that lengthening effect of the breath. And then inhale. And exhaling. I'm going to walk over to the other side now. And grabbing onto my right wrist now, giving that a little bit of a pull. Sitting back, just be mindful about your knees in this position. If this is compressing to your knees, it's okay to not come fully into your flexed knee position. And just breathing in and breathing out. And one more big breath in and out. Okay. And then from here, we're just going to come up and have you come over into a seated position. And we're just going to roll down or come into side lying, come down. I'm just going to exhale and roll my stomach down like this. Draw my knees in, my hands are going to go on my belly, and I'm really feeling nice and long and neutral in my spine. A little bit of a lift in my low back, my head is heavy. And as I breathe in, I'm really going to think about taking the breath into my rib cage, into my back, into my belly, way into my pelvis even. So inhaling. And as I exhale, I'm going to think about drawing my navel toward the spine. I'll feel my belly kind of sink down with my hands and my pelvic floor muscles lift. And then inhale. Feel that expansiveness of the breath. And exhale, imagine the pelvic floor muscles just lifting up inside you, kind of like a jellyfish swimming to the surface of the ocean. And then as we inhale, we can release that. So eventually the pelvic floor muscles become automated, and they're like the foundation of your core. So it's really good to kind of wake those up before we get into doing many of the other core exercises. Inhale and exhale. Feel that drawing together here. All right, so from here, my arms are going to go down beside me. You might need to pull your heels in just a little bit on this. We're going to do a hip roll here. So as we inhale, we'll prepare. As we exhale, we're going to go into this flat back position, pelvic tilt. We call that imprint in Pilates. We're going to squeeze the glutes and draw the tailbone up, peeling the spine off the mat. We're going to come into this nice long line between the knees, the pelvis, and the shoulders, and pressing the hands into the mat. Breathe in. Pressing the feet into the floor. As you exhale, soften the chest away from the chin and allow the spine to just find its way back down one segment at a time, making it long and dropping the tailbone. Breathing in. Exhale, we'll imprint first and then peel the spine off the mat. I'm pushing through my feet. I'm reaching through my arms. I'm opening through my collarbones. And I'm really opening through my hips as I breathe in. Feeling energy go out through my kneecaps. And then exhaling, surrendering my sternum to gravity, allowing the spine to reconnect vertebrae by vertebrae all the way down. And we'll do one more. So breathing in, exhale, let's start that articulation of our spine, just going to imprint, peeling the tailbone and the pelvis, and then the ribs off of the mat eventually, and reaching long through the arms, taking a breath in here. And then as we exhale, just allowing gravity to bring us down segment by segment, all the way back down through imprint to neutral. Okay, we're going to do some bridging here as well. So I'm going to hold my spine in neutral, breathing in. As I exhale, I'm going to pick up the spine in neutral. And I'm going to inhale to hold. And then exhale, I'm going to fold at the hips to come down. So I'm just separating my hip movement from my spine, disassociating those two things. Breathing in, exhale to pick up. Opening through the front of the hips, inhaling, exhaling to lower down. There's many variations of this. I could, when I'm up there, I could pick one leg up. Inhale, prepare, exhale to lift. So a preparation for that would be, we inhale, prepare, and then you exhale, just peel one heel off the mat, maybe coming onto the toe, and then inhale, put it back down. Exhale, peel the other heel off the mat, keeping that pelvis lifted and even. Inhale, peel it back down, and then we could progress to the whole leg coming up. And I'm just going to roll all the way through, all the way down. Okay, now we're just going to go back to that imprint. As I exhale, I'm going to feel the ribs slide down toward the pelvis. I'm going to slide my hands underneath the side edges of my bottom here, and then we're going to inhale and pick one leg up to tabletop, and exhale, pick the other leg up to tabletop. Trying to stay fairly relaxed through my neck. The idea here is we're going to keep stable through the pelvis as we bring one knee and foot out to the side. It's called the bent knee fall out. So as I inhale, I'm going to slowly bring one knee and foot out to the side, keeping anchored through my opposite hip. Exhale to pull the leg back up. So I'm really making an effort here to keep stable in my pelvis, keep equally weighted on my hands, trying to keep that opposite leg that's moving vertical. It don't want to drift. And then we exhale to pull back. We'll do another one. Inhale. If I wanted to here, we could progress this to exhale and send the leg out. Inhale to come on back, and exhale to come up. So I'll do the same on the other side, just to show you that progression. Inhale out, exhale to extend, inhale to bend, exhale to come back. But you could stay with just the bent knee fall out. And then we're going to place one foot down, and then the other foot down. come out of this to neutral. Arms are just going to come down beside us. So now we're just going to go back into imprint, do toe tap. So inhale, prepare, exhale to imprint. We'll peel one foot and the leg comes up on the inhale. Exhale, let's pull the other one up, keeping that back nice and connected. We'll inhale to prepare and we'll exhale to lower one foot down just to tap the mat. Inhale, pull it back. Exhale to lower. Inhale, pull it back. And exhale to lower. And if you wanted to, you could change the breath pattern. You could be inhaling to lower and exhaling to pull it back. Just one more. Okay, now we're just going to place one foot down, then the other foot down. We're going to come over onto our side. Okay, and we're going to start doing the clam. So I'm going to just fold my arm. And to do the clam, I like to do it like this, where my heels and my tailbone are lined up with my spine. My knees are together. You could have a band around the thighs to lift. You could add the resistance like that, or you could lift the whole leg up. I'm going to just start basic, okay? So I'm going to put my one hand on my gluteus medius here. It's kind of like in my back pocket. My belly button is very much kind of pointed slightly downward toward the floor. So that's a little variation from what you might have learned before about this exercise. So from here, I'm going to just draw the shoulders away from ears, keep a little bit of a waist in the bottom, or a little bit of lift in the bottom waist. We're going to breathe in. As I exhale, I'm just going to pick up the knee toward the ceiling and feel those muscles work in my back pocket. Then I'm going to draw the ball into the socket, that hip, right into the socket, just for a moment, and then we're going to release it down. Inhaling, exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. And again, exhale to lift. Many variations of this exercise. So you can add the resistance band, you can add the lift of the leg, many things you can do with this exercise. Okay, so from here we're going to come onto hands and knees. So nice neutral spine, shoulders are away from ears, and we're going to do the hydrant exercise, which is another exercise for the same muscle group. And in running, we would do well, we really do well to train those lateral muscles because we need them for our stability. So we can propel ourselves forward as opposed to going too much side to side. So we're going to inhale and prepare. As we exhale, I'm just going to lift my knee up. And it's okay to rotate your pelvis here. And then inhale to come down. And then again, exhale to lift. I'm really feeling like my shoulders are drawing away from my ears. And coming down. And we'll just do one more. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Okay, now you could do anywhere up to 5 or 10 of those exercises. Then of course you would do your clams on the other side and your hydrant exercises on the other side as well. Okay, from here we're just going to start doing the bird dog. I want you to feel like you're nice and neutral and long through your spine and keeping really stable in this box, okay, between your shoulders and your hips. We're going to breathe in. As you exhale, let's send the left leg away first. Nice long line. And then we're going to inhale. Exhale, send your right arm away. Try to keep really stable. Good. And then we'll inhale, bring the arm down. Exhale, bring the leg down. Now we're going to put that together. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, send leg and arm away. Feel that nice long line and that box is maintained in your body. Inhale to bring that down. And let's do one more. Exhale to reach and lengthen. Feel that oppositional energy going from fingertips through to the toes, from crown to tail. And then inhale to come down. And now we would do the same thing on the other side. Okay, from here, we're going to lower ourselves right down. And we're going to work a little bit on some extension exercises, which are really important for us. I think in life, we tend to be a little bit forward in lots of our activities in life. So here we are going to do the breaststroke press. So what we're going to do is place the palms, the forearms, and the elbows on the mat beside us. My legs are reaching long, either together or slightly apart is fine. And then as I inhale, I'm going to slide my shoulders away from the ears. As I exhale, I'm just going to think about lifting through the breastbone here. Not too much extension through the neck. We're just going to have that neck be nice and long in line with the spine. And then here, I'm going to inhale. Feeling that length. And as I exhale, I'm going to reach through the crown of the head, away from the feet. and lower down. Inhale, slide shoulder blades down. Exhale to gently lift up. Really feeling that lift and lengthening effect through the breastbone. And once we get up to our maximum without extending through the back or compressing through the low back, we're going to exhale to lengthen on your way down. Okay, a progression of that is to have your arms beside you and palms facing upward. So as you inhale, my nose is just hovering off the mat here. As I inhale, I'm going to peel my shoulders off the mat, turn my palms to face inward. And as I exhale, I'm going to reach long through the fingers, reaching long through the crown of the head, just a little bit of a lift, feeling this in my upper mid-back, and we're going to inhale. As I exhale, I'm going to lower down slowly, allowing the shoulders to fold forward. And then inhale to peel, exhale to reach, inhale to hold, and exhale to lower. The third progression of this exercise, this is one of my favorite Pilates postural exercises, is palm over palm. Your forehead rests on your palm, on your fingers, or rather your hands. We inhale to slide shoulder blades down. We exhale to lift the whole upper body, just an inch or two. We inhale here. We exhale to lengthen and lower. We'll just do one more of those. So we inhale, slide shoulder blades down. That's our preset. And then we're exhaling to lift and feeling this sense of length from crown to toes. Inhale there. And then exhale to lower down. From here, we're going to come up. And we're going to do some plank variations. So if you will come down onto our elbows to start with. Now, the key thing with planks is just to ensure that your pelvis doesn't drop down, that you maintain a really nice neutral line. So we can start with the knees bent, or you can have your legs down like this, or if you like, you can curl your toes under and come up into this position. So making sure your glutes are awake, making sure your spine is long, your chest is open. So we would hold this for maybe 30 seconds or so, breathing in, breathing out, taking a break when you need to. We could add to this, extend one leg as you exhale. Inhale to lower, exhale, extend the other leg. Inhale to lower. You could do 3 to 5 repeats of that. Then we're going to come down. I want you to use your hands to push up. And now we can do a plank in this position. Okay, the other alternative is to come down onto your hands and knees and do a plank on your hands and your knees. I'm going to show you this version, okay? And this is called a mountain climber. So here we are in this nice long neutral spine. I'm just going to lift my one leg up. As I exhale, I'm going to draw my knee in, flexing at my hip and my knee. Inhale to bring it out. I can put that leg down or repeat, and then I can exhale to bring the other one in, and inhale to bring it out. Exhale to come down, okay? I'm just going to show you that again. We're going to hover and then pull it in. Inhale out and down. Exhale. Now I could do the whole thing with a nice round back. Inhale. Exhale. Just alternating sides. There's lots of variations of that could be done. Okay, and then from here, we're going to come down and go into side plank. So those side chains of muscles in our body, really important to train for life, especially for running, walking, whatever we're doing in life. Okay, so from here, I've got my knees lined up with my hips, lined up with my spine, and I'm just coming up to a plank, really feeling lifted through the bottom rib cage, feeling open through the shoulders. I'm going to reach up with my top arm. That's an option. And I'm just going to breathe, feeling my legs squeeze together. Another variation of this would be the legs are out, either 1 foot forward, 1 foot back could be done like this. And you could add a top leg lift if you want to. Okay, I'm going to come back down to my knees and just show you a variation though of this, because this is what you might start with. I'm going to reach my leg long. I'm going to lift my leg and lower my leg. And exhale to lift, keeping that nice long line of my spine. Inhale to lower, and one more. And so you would hold this, or try to, for about 30 seconds. Okay, and you do that on the other side as well. Okay, then we're going to come over onto our hands and knees again. We're almost done. Downward dog. So I'm going to curl my toes under, I'm going to lift my hips up. And I'm really going to lift my sit bones toward the ceiling, pressing downward through my palms and fingers and thumbs equally.
We're not dumping too much weight into the wrist that way. I'm looking at my feet, and I'm gonna line them up so my second toe and my heel is lined up. Now I'm gonna just start walking the dog, articulating through the feet, getting a nice myofascial stretch going on, warming up and preparing my feet for walking or running. And then from here, I'm just going to sink my heels down. They don't have to come all the way down. I'm going to lift my sit bones up more, push more into the mat. I'm going to breathe in and soften my knees, begin to walk my hands back. And then I'm going to exhale and push into my feet and really articulate my spine all the way up. And then we're going to finish off with a fascial flow. So what we did at the beginning, we're going to inhale to nod, exhale to round forward. Softening through the knees, allowing gravity to open your spine again. As you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms back, lift the sit bones, lift the chest, and lengthen into this long-legged neutral. So we're going to exhale and sweep the arms forward. Inhale to open and circle, lifting the chest. A little thoracic extension never hurts. One more. Let's exhale, draw downward, shoulders round, soften the knees. Let yourself just hang, and then we're going to inhale to sweep the arms back. Exhale to sweep forward. Lifting the chest, floating the rib cage as you inhale. We're just going to peel ourselves open to the possibilities that lie ahead. So I want to thank you for joining me today for this little core training workout for running, for walking, for hiking, whatever you choose to do. Thanks again.